What do you think about the organic movement?
So here's the thing. This question, the previous question, and I think the next question all boiled down to this: by what standard? So when you use words as to praise or blame, healthy, natural, organic, okay, I want to know where that standard came from. What do you mean healthy? According to the Bible, healthy? What do you mean natural? According to the Bible, natural? Why is natural good? There are mushrooms that are entirely natural and will kill you dead. They're entirely organic and they will kill you dead. What do you mean organic? What do you mean natural? Is it natural to cook your food? Is it natural to make it hot? So when someone adopts a standard and then they insist on it and they live by it and they police it, I want to find justification for that standard in Scripture. And in the whole anti-GMO world and healthy and natural, I just don't see the scriptural justification. And I see the philosophical justifications for that come out of decidedly non-Christian frames of reference.
Okay, but what's the scriptural standard for not eating the mushrooms that are likely going to kill you?
You shall not murder.
Okay, then, but then taking that, can somebody say, look, I see processed foods as a slow death?
Okay, so here's thank you for bringing this up. If someone says, yes, do you agree that poison, putting toxins in your body is bad, and slowly poisoning yourself to death is bad? And I do, I agree with that. Okay. Slowly poisoning yourself to death is bad. And they say, aha, so you're eating processed foods and, refined sugar and stuff, and so you're and so I say,
plaque on the inside.
It's all entirely plaque. But then I would say, if I'm poisoning myself to death, why am I and my cohorts in my birth cohort, why are all of us on average living 30 years longer than our grandfathers did? If I'm poisoning myself, if I've been poisoning myself my entire life, I'm doing a very, very bad job, right? Why am I not dead yet? In other words, people that it's not poison because someone has been trained to respond with I feel icky when I eat certain things because I've been taught to feel icky. That's not poison. Poison is where you eat something and you're in the ER, right. Or if someone does something, let's say, and there are slow-acting poisons. Let's say someone chews on a lead pencil, eats lead for 5 years, then all of a sudden we can see correlation, and correlation is not causation, but let's say we pursue it to the point where we establish, no, there's causation. This asbestos does this, or lead paint does this, or we can find. If we find that out, I'm more than willing to find that out. I just don't want to find it out and have everybody drop everything because of an article somebody read on the internet.
But when you say, okay, we want a biblical standard, then the biblical standard, it sounds like initially you're establishing, well, you ought to choose life, you ought to eat in a way and act in a way that's going to pursue life. Sure. So then you're kicked over to a natural revelation evaluation of what habits are going to lend themselves to life. And eating paint chips, we can walk through.
Or deep fried Oreos.
Right. Okay. But it does move you to a world that's not a bunch of plain Bible verses. It's a bunch of common sense working through the science.
Absolutely. I have no problem with natural law, no problem with natural revelation. And I believe that when we discover, and we really discover that certain things are good for you, and not just the kind of stampeding that people do, right? I mean, what happened? Cholesterol is bad for you. No, wait, bad cholesterol is bad for you. Good cholesterol is good for you. Butter's bad for you. Here's margarine. No, wait. There's been a lot of teeter-tottering on these things. But I do think that we have a better grasp of what constitutes a well-balanced, nutritious diet now than we did, say, 300 years ago. I think we've got a better grasp of nutrition now. And I think that that better grasp of nutrition is something that ought to be taught in schools. I think cooks ought to learn it. I think housewives ought to learn it. I think we should grow in wisdom here.
So what constitutes in your mind when somebody has shown this is healthy, or when somebody has shown this is unhealthy? What constitutes, what's the bar they have to get over, and what are the things out there right now that are just making it a mess so you can't really tell?
Well, the problem that I see is that so much of it is based on statistical analysis, modeling, right? And I'm deeply suspicious of that method. So, and let me give you an example. And I'm not denying the detrimental health effects of this. But I just, if a person smokes a pack of Camels, unfiltered Camels a day, if they're a pack-a-day smoker, and you've got 100 of those guys, 15 of them will get lung cancer. Okay, 15 out of the 100. Now, I think that that's suggestive. I think that tells you something, and the other 85 aren't, probably not running up the stairs as fast as they used to, and right. So I'm not defending smoking, and I'm not saying that there are no health risks. I'm saying that. But I am saying that smoking and getting lung cancer is not causal the way dropping a bowling ball makes it fall to the ground is. Right. Okay. And what we do is we spook people into thinking, oh, there's correlation, there's automatic 8-ball in the corner pocket causation. And I don't think we have grounds for saying that.